This is Rue Ziegler. I'm interviewing former Board of Supervisors member Dewey Anderson. Today is April 28th, 2009, and accompanying Dewey and myself at the interview is James Hickey. So, Dewey, I wanted to just start by asking you some questions about your family.
Fire away.
I understand that your parents and perhaps your grandparents came from Napa County.
Yes, they are.
Who was the first member of your family who came to Napa? Was that your grandfather or grandmother?
Well, both.
Both. Where did they come from?
Well, my dad's father, or my grandfather, came from Denmark.
Oh.
And but bought a property here in Napa County that became quite a novel arrangement. Big piece of property, and that finally wound up in the hands of Peter Gasser, who is also a very popular young man, and he had the ranch for a long time, and then sold it. And my grandfather bought the place, and lived on it for quite a while, and then sold it and moved to a different place.
Now,
and,
what was your grandfather's name?
Jorgen Anderson.
Jurgen?
Jorgen.
Oh, Jorgen. So J?
J. He was Danish.
And how do you spell Jorgen? J-O-R?
J-O-R-G-E-N.
Jorgen Anderson with one S or two?
No S in it, period.
Anderson.
Oh, yes, there would be, sure. One S.
One S.
Yeah.
And your full name now, for the record, is?
Dewey K. Anderson. The K is K-A-Y is my mother's mother's name, her maiden name. So they decided to pin that on me.
And when were you born, Dewey?
November 14th, 1922.
Okay.
And it's Anderson with a S-E-N.
That's an E-N. Yeah.
Ah. All right.
90% of the time people use S-O-N, so I have to either correct them or just forget it.
So your grandfather was Jorgen Anderson. He came from Denmark to California?
Yes, he did.
And was his interest in coming here to farm?
I wasn't around, but I don't think that was his idea. The property that he bought was up in the foothills here in Napa, and a lot of wood, a lot of trees. In fact, I think my dad did a lot of wood cutting on the ranch when he was young. But,
and so, how did they use the land?
Well, I can't really tell you that. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh. And that he sold that property then to Peter Gasser, or he bought that property?
Well, I don't know whether he sold it directly to Peter or not, but Peter wound up with the property for quite some time, and really developed it and made it a lot nicer than it was.
And now your father must have grown up on that property.
Well, to a certain extent he did. He cut wood on the property for my grandpa, and all working in Napa a good share of the time.
And what was your father's name?
Dewey.
Ah.
Dewey
So,
D.
Dewey D.
Just D. No middle name.
Okay. Oh, no middle name, just Dewey Anderson.
Dewey D.
All right. And your father, when he grew up, started a business in Napa?
Well, he worked at several businesses for other people, and finally started his own business in 1937. And he ran it for a good many years until he turned it over to me in about 50, I guess it was.
And what was that business?
Auto repair business.
And was that in town?
Well, yes, in Napa.
Uh-huh.
Right across the street from the county administration building.
Well,
Now the county administration.
well, he wasn't, that wasn't his business there, but,
Oh,
no, but he worked there. He was head honcho,
oh,
so to speak.
oh, I thought that's where the business was located.
Well, that's where he worked, and he left there and went to start his own business.
Yeah.
So you, what property did you grow up on? That wasn't your grandparents' property.
Across the fence line.
You see the fence line up there? He lived on the other side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, so your father had bought this property.
Well, not this, but
But
he bought next door, and
uh-huh.
there was just a fence line in between this property and his.
And then you bought this
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
And so were the two properties called Oak Leaf Ranch?
No, I named this Oak Leaf Ranch.
Okay. And your father's property, was that a farm?
Well, no, it was 6 acres,
Ah.
and he had some fruit trees and things like that on 6 acres.
And then how large was your farm
This was 27 acres when I bought it.
when you bought it?
But you added to it.
No, in fact, I just sold 10 acres there a while back.
Well, I thought you added acreage to it.
No, it was 27 acres when I bought it.
And have you always used it as stables for
Yes,
horses?
yes, I have.
So you board other people's
Well,
horses?
yes, that's exactly. And we gave lessons, bred mares and to make babies, and that sort of thing.
Ah, and you gave riding lessons?
Oh, yes.
So you were a great rider.
Well, and my daughter wound up being the big rider. She won everything in the country. But we bought good horses, and so she did very well.
What kind of horses?
Quarter horses.
Quarter horses.
Mm-hmm. We didn't restrict that for the boarders, however. Some of the boarders had Arabs, some of them had Appaloosas, some of them had thoroughbreds. So, but I stuck to the quarter horses.
Well, that kept you busy. You had two big businesses then.
Well, I'd given up the garage business.
Oh, you had.
Yep.
Because you took that over in 1950.
Mm-hmm.
But you gave that up when you.
Well, we bought this ranch in '66, and built this house. Moved another house that was here on the property before, which was a couple of thousand square feet, and but we started seriously in the horse business shortly after we bought the ranch.
Why horses? Had you loved horses as a youngster?
I guess I did. I've always had a horse or two. I wound up with a bunch of them here on the ranch. Because we had at one point in time about 50 horses on the ranch.
Oh my
As
goodness.
we had several brood mares, and we were turning over the babies and so forth.
That was a big operation.
Well, we had a few people working here, and my daughter wound up giving lessons, and so it was a family affair because my wife came from a big cattle ranch up in Calistoga.
Oh. Now, could we have her name?
Joyce Jackson was her maiden name.
Joyce Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson.
Yep, right.
And she came from Calistoga.
Yep. Well, just north of Calistoga.
And she grew up on a cattle ranch?
Yeah, 5,000 acres.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, for Napa County, that's very, very large.
Well, that was actually in Sonoma County.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. Right.
Ah. And what was the name of the ranch that she...
Jackson Ranch.
Ah.
Or 4J Ranch.
And so they obviously ran cattle with horses?
About 350 head of cattle and probably 100 head of horses
Oh my
and
goodness.
some sheep, about 80 head of sheep and so forth.
So she grew up on horses.
Oh yeah, yeah, she was a super good rider.
Oh, well, you were very well matched for that then. And now, when did you join the Board of Supervisors?
Well,
In the 60s?
well, I was elected in. I have to think just a second.
That's all right. We'll pause.